welcome once again. In the next few minutes, I'm going to teach you the basics of Excel. So let's just start on what is Excel. This is a Microsoft feature that you could get either online or as an app. When you do it as an app, let me show you real quick. Say if you want to go online, let me check here onto this. Say for instance, if you want to open up your app, for example, you go to the Start. If the Office window pack already has the Excel, then all you do is simply start typing Excel, and as you can see, the Excel app is already installed or downloaded, so you can use it. Here I have it as an example. I can open up the Excel app, and as you can see, I'm already signing, and this is all my work that I have done in the past. So you can either work through an app, or you can simply go to the website and then type in www.office.com. You log in with your Microsoft user ID or email, and then of course the password. I'm already logged in, so you can see I have the Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. And all my work is here. So for this example, I'm going to use the tips and tricks because it's the one sheet I've been working on. So I'm gonna go back to the screen I was working on. Let me see. So that is on the web page. So I'm using Chrome, and then I am using the Office Online. So of course I have to have an Ethernet access. So the first thing that you do when you open up your first worksheet is simply go to the top right corner, or left corner rather, and then here you're gonna have to enter the name of your work. In this case, I have named it as tips and tricks, and then Microsoft already automatically save your work as you go along. So that's the first thing. The second thing you will notice is on the left side, if you click, there is a menu of 9 little points. You click there, and then of course you're gonna have the other apps that Microsoft offers in the pack, and I'm working on the Excel pack. So right now I'm gonna leave it as it is, and then of course you have the menu right below that, which is the file to create a new worksheet, and this is a blank one. You can get a tour within Excel, and you can get templates that Microsoft Excel offers, which is also a great option. Then of course you do the open option is for you to open one of the work sheet that you have already worked before. So then the save as, which you already know in every Microsoft app. Once you finish your work, you could also change the name and save it as in a different file, and then print and the share options, of course. So right below the Excel name label, then we have the file, as I mentioned, and then I have the home tab, which is the first by default option that you're going to see when you open up Microsoft Excel. And then of course you have the insert, the draw, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, and help. We're gonna see a little bit of each in the other videos, but for right now I'm just going to show you the basics. Okay, so this is the formatting section, and your formula section. So right here you have everything you need to format your worksheet. So what is a worksheet? This is a worksheet basically. The whole book is a worksheet. So right below you see some tabs that I have already worked on in the past and made some videos from. So let's say I'm in the Excel basic right here. So I have one worksheet right here, and if you notice there is a plus sign right on the right side of the whole list of tabs. If I click on it, then it's going to add me a new sheet, which I can change the name for. If you notice right here on the left, there is another right and left arrows where I can go to the last sheet I have created. Right here it created it in between those two sheets, so all I do is click on it without letting go the button of the mouse, So, and then I can move it around. I can put it all the way to the end, and then I could also right click it and then select rename it. So when I rename it, it will give me the option for a new label. So say this example sheet, just to give it a name. Then I click on it. I could also have a different color if in case I have, you know, several sheets on that worksheet. So I could also right click on it and then go to the tab color and say give it a good nice color here, right here. See? So let's say I'm working on this example sheet here, and then of course I do see that on the left side I have numbers, and then on the top there are letters. Those are called columns, and the number ones are called cells. So once again, if you notice that this is a whole sheet, and you notice there are, you know, columns and cells. This is what it's called, column, and this is what it's called, cell. But how do I identify this particular cell? In this case, this particular cell one is identified by naming the letter E and the row rather, and I'm sorry, I say cell earlier, it's a row. So E7, it's what this cell is called. So how do I identify this one in particular? So I'm going to identify it by H number 7, because this is a row and this is a column, but this is going to be called a cell. So I could identify this one by C8. So that's one of the things I wanted to teach you. And then of course I have every cell I can type in there, say text example. If you notice, by default it has the Calibri 11 font size. I can change that to a different font, say Arial Black, and I could do it a little bit bigger, which is going to be 14. And if you notice, because the text is bigger, the entire row expanded a little bit because it will not fit. Okay, that Microsoft do it automatically, but I could also go ahead and expand it myself or adjust this. If you notice, every single number, when I drag my mouse, there's going to be a little hand that is pointing on the numbers, but then when I change from say from 3 to 4, in the middle of 3 and 4 there's going to be a 2 arrows kind of icon. When I get to that part, all I do is simply click the mouse and you will see that you're gonna have a number of high pixels. So the high pixels for this particular row or cell, in this case is the entire row, is going to be 22.50. so if you click on that and then drag it down to whatever number of pixels you want, then it's going to adjust the particular row. I could do the same thing for the column. If you notice, there's going to be a little hand point on every column, but when I drag from letter to between letters, basically you're going to see 2 arrows. So I click there, the 8.43 or 64 pixels. So if I drag it to the right, then it's going to adjust the column. All right, I could also do it you know, say several columns at once. So let's say I want to adjust E, F, and G. So all I do is I pick the last one, and it's 843. So I expand it to say 13. Then all columns are going to be adjusted equally. So that's another feature. So we also have text features here. Say on the top where you see the font color, it's right on red right now. So if I click on it, it's going to change it to red. If I click on the little, you know, arrow down, simply it's going to give me the palette of colors, and I can do any color I want. And I could also do it by hex code. So if I do it by hex code, color or code is going to be here in more colors, and then here I can do the hex or HEX code. I could also do the quotes and depending on the color, but I'm gonna, and I could also move this little pointing color in any area of the square of the palette I want. And I could also do the same thing for this bar. So let's say if I want something a little bit more orange, so right here, and then I move the little pointer around, and I go to the kind of orange that I want, and then I hit OK. So this is my text. I could also do a background color, say I want a little bit gray or black, and right here, see? The text, I could also center it. If I go to the text alignment, I could do middle and center, and right here. I could also make it bold or bolder, even if Arial Black is already bold. And I could also do the following. Say the column is a little bit too tight, so the text is going to be, it's not going to fit on that particular column. So what I do is I go to the wrap option, and then it's going to wrap it up on that same cell and column, but it's not looking good yet until I actually expand the row a little bit more. Now it's a little bit good looking. See, text sample, so it feed in two different lines. So that's another thing we could do. There's quite a few things we can do on these formulas, but right now I just wanted to cover the basics. So we actually saw the home tab, we saw the file, we saw the menu, the columns, how to adjust the columns, how do I adjust the rows, how to change the text color, the text background, how do we open up or create a new sheet, how do we name it, and how do we color that particular sheet. And then there's a lot more formulas that we could do that we're going to cover on the next video. So this is it for today. I just wanted to show you the basics right now, and we'll go ahead and see the rest of the options on the next videos. See you next time.